The Los Angeles Clippers are officially the NBA's best team. Ty Lue and the Clippers are currently teaching a masterclass on patience, individual sacrifice, and trusting the process. The final piece in their championship puzzle could have been rescuing James Harden from an awkward situation in Philadelphia. The Clippers and 76ers trade has propelled both teams into the upper echelon of finals contenders in their respective conferences, resulting in a win-win situation for both. Looking at the Western landscape, one could argue that the Clippers are now the clear favorite, the defending champion. Led by the NBA's best individual talent, Nikola Jokic would rightfully object to that notion. However, there is currently no one more focused or polished on both ends of the floor. The Clippers continue to demonstrate the ability that every championship team should have. They can win in a variety of ways, including dominance on both sides of the ball. One night, they mount a major comeback, outscoring opponents 22-0 in the fourth quarter. The next night, they impose their will on inferior talent, dominating from start to finish and forcing coaches to raise the white flag. Alternatively, they can enter enemy territory and thrash a fellow title contender so badly. The game's final 15 minutes are meaningless. It turned out that the Clippers only needed time to get things in order. This is why, if you're looking for another star, it's best to sign them as soon as possible, rather than waiting until the deadline. Of course, the Clippers would have preferred to have Harden available for October's training camp. Given the current standings, there's a good chance they'd be the top seed if the trade talks hadn't stalled. Harden's defensive commitment has stood out above all else, particularly in recent weeks. Harden, who is not known as a defensive threat and is frequently the target of opposing ball handlers in the pick and roll, has embraced the challenge of keeping the ball in front when defending at the point of attack. When he's not on the ball, he's playing in the gaps and staying alert more than in any other season of his career. Los Angeles is experiencing unprecedented injury luck as the basketball gods appear to be on their side. It's also producing outstanding results for their stars, with the Leonard George Harden trio averaging a plus 18.9 net rating in 614 minutes together since November 14. They have the best point differential of any of the 89 three-man combinations that have played at least 500 minutes in that time period. Harden's pick-and-roll mastery has contributed significantly to their offensive success. Harden has driven to the paint 411 times in 39 games as a Clipper, averaging 10.5 per game. While this is lower than his frequency with the Sixers last season, it was always going to be the case when he joined a lineup that included Leonard and George, both world-class shot creators and attackers in their own right. It goes hand in hand with Lue's constant preaching about personal sacrifice. When he does break the paint, he usually looks to set up his teammates. This season, Harden has passed out on 50.4 of his drives, a career high for the 15-year veteran. In fact, since winning the MVP award in 2018, his pass rate on drives has risen each year. In the past, Lue's specialty was mostly creating historically great offenses. The 2017 Cavaliers and 2021 Clippers stand out as prime examples, with those teams bending nearly every defensive scheme until it snapped. The drive and kick strategy of those teams was difficult for any opposing coach to counter. When volume is considered, that Clippers team from 3 years ago is still one of the best three-point shooting teams in NBA history. Only time will tell how the Clippers season ends. However, for the first time since the weeks preceding the pandemic, they are performing like a ferocious, well-balanced machine vying for the West's top seed. Please share your thoughts on the Clippers in the comments section below. Are they genuine or a regular season hoax?